Okay, this next video we're going to talk about long tones and how to warm up on your instrument. And today I'm going to use my trumpet. This is my main instrument, but whatever instrument you play, this will work. So you should get your instrument out and try some of these as we're going along in the video. And then when I'm finished with the video, you can do this on your own. So the idea here is to warm up, and before you even open up your book to start playing some songs or exercises, what you should do is play some long notes to get warmed up. And the idea in this is to see how steady you can keep the tone on the instrument, okay? And the key to this is the air. You need air support. And I think of it as when you play a note, you want to have a wall of air supporting that note, pushing that note along. If you don't take a big enough breath and give it enough support, that note is going to waver a little bit. It's not going to sound so good. So let me play you an example. I'll play you a note here of a note that doesn't have much air support, and you'll hear right away. You'll hear how it wavers. Okay, you could probably hear how that's going up and down and wavering. So what we want to do is try to get a steady tone. Violinists do this with their bows. When they're practicing on a violin, they try to keep a steady sound. They try to move their bow and have to practice this to keep the sound from wavering, and keep it nice and steady. So it's the same idea, except we're using air to do this. So let me fix that note. So what I do to fix a note is I'd stop, take a big breath, and try to push that note along and see if I can get it a little steadier. Like that. So that was fairly steady. If I was to grade myself from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, that was probably an 8 or so. That first note that I played that was wavering a lot, that was probably maybe a 3 or a 4. And I suggest that when you do this, grade yourself. Play a note, stop, and then give yourself a grade from 1 to 10. You know, where was it? If it's below 5, if it's like a 4 or 5 or a 6, redo the note and see if you can make it even better. Make it a 7 or an 8, okay? And do that. And I would pick several notes doing this. Play a low note, play a note in the mid register, your middle note that you know. At this point you might only know 5 notes, so your middle note and then maybe your top note, and play a few of those. And do this for about 2 or 3 minutes before you play anything in your book. It's really good. These are called long tones, okay? All right. So try that. Let's do a couple together. I'm going to put on the video that you'll see on the screen what note I'm playing. Since I'm playing we play transposition instruments, my note E is different for a saxophone, so I'll put that down so you know what note to play. So let's try this first note and let's play this together, okay? So the note name is at the bottom right here, okay? This is my C on trumpet, it's G on saxophone, it would be B flat on flute and trombone, and it would be C for clarinet, okay? So here's the note, let's play it together. Ready? Or you can listen to it first and then play it. Okay, so that's one note. All right, here's another one. Let's try a second one. Okay, we can play it together. Here's another note in between, a little bit higher up. Like that. Okay. Again, listen to yourself. If that note wavers, if you play that last note and it's a little bit shaky, stop and then try it again and see if you can grade yourself and get up higher to maybe an 8, 9, or 10 as a grade. Okay? All right? Okay, here's one more. Good, okay? So you want a lot of air. The one thing you don't want to do is you have to find that medium ground. If you don't have enough air, the note's going to shake. If you push too much air and you play with too much, then the note kind of what I call spreads, and it doesn't sound very good. So if I overblow, that note doesn't sound very good. It's spreading. So I just back off a little bit. And I fixed it. Okay? All right. So play around with that, warming up a couple minutes before you get into your book, and then start working on the songs and exercises in your book. Okay? Hope that helps. Thanks.